Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is D, MKD58 Media. Want to make this quick. I just wanted to really do a quick review. It's snowing and shit unexpectedly right now, so about to head in here and try to get a workout in. But I wanted to get this review in. We watched a couple movies last night, one of them being this movie called Mandy. Starring Nicolas Cage, Bill Duke, and some other folks that I'm definitely gonna put their names up on the screen when I do some editing, because they got to get their credit. You know, they played their part in this very, at the very least, interesting movie. Some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. I give it a good rating. I say it's a good movie, but you just got to be able to stick with it. It kind of starts a lot slower than the trailers would imply, but it's a very visually striking movie. The story is it's a revenge story. The basic plot, I won't give away any spoilers, but the basic plot, Nicolas Cage and Mandy are, you know, two lovers. They're in a relationship. They're deeply in love. Nicolas Cage is a logger, and Mandy just works in a little convenience store, and they basically just spend their time together, just laying around talking and just being in love. It's like a classic love situation. They live out in the middle of nowhere, just enjoying nature and enjoying each other. And the leader of a cult just happens to see Mandy just in passing as they're driving down the road, and he just becomes infatuated with her. He has his folks organize a situation where she gets kidnapped, she gets abducted, and I won't give away any more. I won't give away any more than that. I'll let you check it out for yourself. But that's basically how things get kicked off. But I do recommend it. It's gonna be a movie that, you know, you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. I know I watched it with my girl, and she was not feeling the first hour of the movie. She thought it was too slow, the first hour. But I did some research on the movie before we watched it, so I kind of was analyzing the movie as I watched it. I wasn't, you know, so even though that first hour was kind of slow, I was intrigued by it because I was trying to see what everybody was raving about, and because the movie has good ratings across the board pretty much. I mean, the fans seem to like it and the critics seem to like it, and in this day and age, sometimes that's kind of rare. So guess I'm coming off the Venom, all that Venom talk, so I'm kind of used to negative ratings right now. I'm in negative review mode, so seeing something that just has good reviews kind of across the board kind of perked my ears up a little bit, so I had to check it out. But I did some research on it. So some of the themes, it's one of those movies, I'll put it this way: if you don't know what you're getting into going into it, as far as if you didn't read anything about it, you know, you might be kind of taken aback. But if you kind of know what the themes are going to be and kind of, you know, some of that, then you'll be more prepared and you might be more ready to to get into it. Make sure my focus is proper. But yeah, so I recommend it. I recommend Mandy. It's got good action. I would describe it visually as Blade Runner 2049 meets Mad Max, like meets Fury Road, or even the older, you know, Thunderdome and whatnot. But visually, that's what it looks like. And some of the scenes, just the pacing of some of the scenes reminds me a lot of Blade Runner 2049. So, but the movie's only 122 minutes. It's basically 2 hours. So in 2 hours, to me, is like, that's average running time for a movie. You know, some people think 2 hours is long. Some people, you know, think 2.5 hours. To me, once a movie's like 2.5 hours, then it's kind of long. But 2 hours, some of my favorite movies of all time were, you know, in the 2 hours running time range. So that's good for me. If a movie's an hour and a half, that's super short for me, and that's kind of good because then I can just watch it real quick. Purge was kind of like that because it was like 97 minutes. So I was tired after Mandy, but she wanted to watch the first Purge, and since it was only 97 minutes, I was like, fuck it, I'm tired, but I should be able to get through most of it since it's this short. So, but yeah, so Mandy, check it out, starring Nicolas Cage. I think it's in theaters, but also like available for purchase as well, I think. But we watched it at home, but I think you might be able to go catch it in a theater or something. But you should see it if you're curious about it. Do some research on it though, so you kind of know what your vibe is, because if it's really not your vibe, you're not gonna like it and you're probably gonna feel like you wasted your money. But if it's on your level of stuff that you like, and remember, this is a mix of like kind of a lot of different genres. There's some horror elements, there's it's obviously the love story elements, classic revenge fantasy, there's a little bit of sci-fi in there. So I mean, dystopian, it kind of, even though it seems like it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world in a way, even though it doesn't. It's 1983 and there's, nothing crazy has happened. There's some supernatural elements. The biker gang, I can't tell if they're real well, actually I can't, I won't give away stuff, but there's a demonic element to the biker gang, but I won't go too much more into that. But I like the biker gang. Wouldn't want to hang out with them, but as far as villains in the movie, like, yeah, they did their job. So when they show up, it's a real moment. So check out Mandy, starring Nicolas Cage. Thanks for watching, you guys. I gotta get to business. All right.